guys, it's Kristen, and today I'm going to be talking about my favorite movies of 2017. Unfortunately, I feel like I wasn't able to see as many movies as I wanted to this year. There are definitely some that I heard were amazing and probably would have made it onto my list if I had gotten to see them, like Coco, Jumanji, Lady Bird. The list I have today probably doesn't reflect really all the movies of 2017, but they reflect my favorite ones that I actually got a chance to see. The first movie I'm going to talk about today is Beauty and the Beast. That was a movie that I was excited for, but also kind of had a little bit of low expectations going into it. Emma Watson starred as Belle, and we know that she doesn't have like a traditional musical background, so going into the film I was kind of like, ooh, I don't know what this is gonna be like. I don't usually like when they focus more on the star power versus like actual musical ability when it comes to adapting musicals like this one, but I was pleasantly surprised to see that Emma Watson can sing pretty well. I wouldn't say she was like, you know, the Adele of Beauty and the Beast, but I would say she was definitely able to carry a tune and she really worked the movie. I really enjoyed the tweaks that they made to the movie that made Belle stronger and more feminist and an inventor. I thought that was really awesome. And I left the theater feeling like, wow, this was such a great movie, and that's always a nice feeling, especially when you're adapting something like Beauty and the Beast, which is an iconic movie. It's really great to see it be brought to life in a really successful way. The next movie I want to talk about is Baywatch, that stars Zac Efron and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and I know critics didn't really like this movie, but I thought it was really fun. It was that typical college guy humor, but I had a really great time watching it. The story itself is goofy because it's like these lifeguards who, you know, are kind of more like police in a way. They're kind of like beach cops, sort of. They were able to take something that's, you know, really, you know, a lot of people can relate to, you know, going to the beach, being a lifeguard, and really turn it on its head and make it this epic action adventure. It was really funny. I liked everyone in the cast, and it was one of those movies that I think is more just for fun, you know? It's not gonna win an Oscar, but it's still enjoyable. Alright, let's get into Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I really enjoyed seeing this movie. I saw it in 4D actually, so that was even cooler because already Guardians of the Galaxy is funny, it's action-packed, and then to add that 4D element, my chair was moving, there was air being shot out, like you felt like you were on a ride, and it made the experience even more fun. But aside from the 4D, I think Guardians of the Galaxy is just a really solid example of how Marvel does such incredible jobs with their movies, because unless you're really into the comic books, you didn't really know anything about Guardians of the Galaxy until that first movie came out. And I think that's a testament to how well the Marvel movies are made, because they were able to take this smaller ragtag group of anti-heroes and make you love them and make them as big as the Avengers. Groot, of course, is my favorite, and he was extra adorable in Volume 2. Oh my gosh. The other thing I really love about Guardians of the Galaxy is that they really have such a great balance of all of the different elements of a great movie. You know, there's the action, there's the comedy. They also have like a lot of heart in there. Specifically in Volume 2, you know, we get to connect Star-Lord with his dad. Of course there's that huge twist there, but they bring it all together so well. The next movie I want to talk about is Wonder Woman. I never thought that I would have a DC movie in one of my favorites videos, because there's just something about the DC movies that it never comes together the way it's supposed to. You can see it in Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, Suicide Squad, the new Justice League movie. It never comes together the right way. They're missing something there, and the stories just fall completely flat. The exception to that is, of course, Wonder Woman, directed by Patty Jenkins. Patty Jenkins, first of all, why is she not nominated for awards this year? The Golden Globes, where are her nominations? I think that's a huge missed opportunity, big snub there, because she was able to do what most DC directors can't do, and that's make a good DC movie. Not just even a good DC movie, a great DC movie. And the fact that it was with the first female-led superhero movie with Wonder Woman, that's incredible. The movie itself is just, it's feminist, it's strong, it's empowering, it's inspiring. It's a really, really good movie. And it's just so disappointing that, you know, DC has all these incredible heroes and they can't translate that type of power into their other movies. I really think they need to get Patty Jenkins to kind of sit in on everybody's stuff and help out, because she obviously knows what she's doing where other directors have failed. I'm really hoping now that, especially after Justice League, that DC is really gonna like take a second and kind of reformat and figure out what they want to do, because nobody liked that movie. But yeah, just shout outs all around to Wonder Woman. That was a really, really great superhero movie, and I would love to see more of that. Another movie I really loved this year, you guys are gonna make fun of me, was Captain Underpants. I know last year I had mentioned that that was a movie that I was really anticipating this year. I grew up with Captain Underpants. I loved that series. I read it all the time when I was a kid, and to see it brought to life on the silver screen was really fun. It was very goofy, very silly, and they really stayed true to the story and the essence of Captain Underpants. There was a few tweaks and changes, which of course is going to happen in a movie, but there was just so many great moments, and even some things that they took literally from the book and inserted into the movie. For instance, in the books they would do these fight sequences where you would open the page and you could flip back and forth between two pages and it would look like Captain Underpants was like punching somebody. And they did that exact thing in the movie. Like, they brought those pages to life and actually did that, and it was really cool to be able to see that kind of stuff come together. It was really fun. It brought back that nostalgia for me. I just thought the movie really embodied that best friends, superheroes, comic books, potty humor that the book series was known for, and I loved it. And then the last movie I want to talk about is SpiderMan Homecoming, starring Tom Holland. I have been waiting for this movie, and I was so pleased with how it came together. One of the things that I really enjoyed about it was that it was like a superhero movie mashed up with a quintessential teen high school movie. You know, it had both elements of that, and I think it worked really well because that's what Spider-Man is. That's also why I loved Tom Holland in this movie, because the whole essence of Spider-Man, of course, you know, in the comic books, he goes from a teenager to an adult, like we see him in all forms, but the quintessential Spider-Man is a teenage superhero, and we finally got that. I think the other movies with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were great, but they featured like 27, 28-year-old men trying to be in high school for like half of a movie, and then they would move on and like go out into the real world. And I'm so glad that we finally got to see Spider-Man being who he truly is, a teenage superhero. I think with Tobey Maguire, he had a pretty good Peter Parker. I think with Andrew Garfield, he had a pretty good Spider-Man. But with Tom Holland, he can really embody both of those characters. And Tom Holland is young enough that we're gonna be able to see that for a really long time. This teenage superhero figuring out his powers, figuring out how to be the kind of hero he wants to be. Tom Holland is definitely going to be able to pull off a Wolverine and play Peter Parker / Spider-Man for years to come, and to see him grow up in that role I think is going to be really cool. I love that he's teaming up already with the Avengers, and that he has Iron Man as this father figure for him, as kind of a mentor. He's already crossed over into Avengers Civil War, and he's gonna be in Avengers Infinity War. It's just gonna be a really cool next few years for Marvel, because we're gonna get to see Spider-Man, the Avengers, the Guardians, all together in this one world. And who knows, now that Disney is buying Fox, maybe the X-Men will come in there too. We'll have everybody in one huge movie. My mind would explode. I don't even know how that would happen. I'm just very excited for what Marvel has in store, and of course, you know, Sony has Spider-Man, so what Spider-Man is going to be doing next, and the fact that Venom is going to be coming into the picture soon in the movie that's coming out next year. There's just a lot of great things going on here, so I'm very excited. And like I said, SpiderMan Homecoming was a great movie. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I would love to know some of your favorite movies of 2017. Make sure to leave a comment down below and let me know. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and click that subscribe button because I come out with new videos every week. See ya!